Hello! Okay, here's another great message that I found. This is from April 7th, and this one, I love it. This was like one of my favorite ones so far. I'm going to read it. It's Galactic Federation Update 47-2009 by Sheldan Nidel. Salamat Jarin. We come with more information for you. As you know, our Earth allies are on the verge of success. The plans are to change your present world of lack and elimination into a realm of abundance. The project includes a legal foundation that permits them to alter the world that you know now. All this fits nicely into our first contact plans, despite the fact that they are far more complex than any we have known. Normally, a whole host of preconditions followed by a series of special negotiations precedes first contact. In your case, planetary conditions prevent us from observing the usual protocols. We are relying instead upon a special group of well-placed and wealthy individuals to achieve our preliminary objectives. This initial phase, generally called the awakening, is somewhat tedious. It includes the work that Heaven is doing to return each of you to full consciousness. It also involves the grand work so far accomplished by our Earth allies. To aid them in this, we offer our advice and good office when needed. This phase is nearing the last steps before its manifestation in public arena. The awakening phase includes the announcements of our existence by the traditional governments and other actions that are to prepare your world for our arrival. If these preliminaries proceed smoothly, they can take the place of the initial contact required of a normal contact operation. We are setting up liaison teams that can work with the new governments to create programs elucidating various aspects of first contact and to introduce the technologies currently withheld from you. To these will be added some of our technologies which can boost the present capabilities of your devices. It is important that you present apprehension and worry about us, and that you present your apprehensions and worry about us to be dispelled as positively as possible. This can go considerable way toward easing you from your awakening phase into the next one, which consists of the actual mass contact. Under Heaven's guidance, we are doing everything possible to make this first contact mission as complete as it normally would be. Assisting us in an advisory capacity are the Agarthans. This is where it gets good about the Agarthans. Your inner Earth cousins. Yep, we've got friends down below. They are keen to reunite with you and reform a planet-wide galactic society. The actual first contact operation still compromises two options. The first consists of a mass landing without government announcements, and hence you are still unaware of our existence and intentions. We will, however, make our own series of broadcasts to prepare the way for our ships. As you can imagine, this option is a more difficult one. Over the years, we have discovered a great many things about you and that stress the importance of preparatory announcements by your governments. Also, there are sinister elements in your dark cabal that are abnormally fearful of us. They view us as interlopers in your grand scheme to turn your world into a realm of tyranny and hopelessness, where their cohorts can rule supreme. They will use anything in their dirty bag of tricks to stop us. The second option is the one we have updated you on each week. The first is only an emergency backup in the event that the present courses is unable to be achieved within the timetable given to us by Heaven. We have talked at length with our Earth allies and the Agarthans, and all agree that a series of preliminary governmental announcements are required. In due course, our own Galactic Federation broadcasts will be made as part of the mass landing operation. Our Earth allies have suggested that we participate in a few projects, and this will be made known by the caretaker regimes. The idea is for your fears to be assuaged by our open cooperation with your governments. Your sci-fi, literature, and mass entertainment programs are filled with deliberate false and scary images about us. They need to be countered by some well-executed and positive episodes of mutual cooperation with you. This can go far in encouraging trust and setting the stage of our mass arrival. During this time, we intend to begin putting into operation some of our technology, and this can become more widely used after the mass landing. After you prepared for our arrival and understanding why we have come, we can proceed with the mass landings. From our standpoint, these will be unusually extensive owing to the huge numbers of crafts involved. We need to land counselors, one for each human on the planet, and technicians to install a series of devices such as replicators for each household. You will require instructions on how to use, communicate with, and maintain this technology. In essence, its operation is quite simply, but it is nonetheless a very powerful sentient interactive device. It does what many of you consider to be miraculous, hence you can see that it is important for you to actively participate in the initial meetings between us. These can go a long way in preparing you for the first information we shall be giving you about your metamorphosis into fully consciousness galactic humans. There is much to cover in a short time. Let me check on my time. Okay. Continuing. The landing period is to last about 4 months, during which you can get to know and trust your assigned mentors. The individual knows all about you, your history and life path, what stage you are at, and who you are to become once the metamorphosis process is completed. Your transformation back into full consciousness involves a lot of complex details, change to many energy systems. To this end, each person will have a light chamber personally calibrated to their own requirements. It can mend and restore all the damage and unplugging done to your RNA and DNA during the latter days of Atlantis. It will reconstitute and unify your 13 chakra system and bring it online, and your local physical, mental, and spiritual abilities will be restored. Yay! Heaven's mandate that you restore to full consciousness in this way is quite unique in the Annals of Federation history. You are indeed to become very special beings of light. Once you are fully conversant with all aspects of your restoration process, you can be shown your specially prepared residence in an inner Earth crystal city. It will be identical to your then current surface dwelling. Placed next to it is your personal light chamber, which will complete your change into a fully conscious galactic human. Your guidance team and assigned mentors are to watch over you very carefully during your time in the light chamber. They will monitor your energy systems while a cascade of interdimensional light converts your RNA, DNA, and your body chakra system into the 12-strand genetics and the 13 chakras that characterize a galactic human. During this time, you are to go over your many past lives and learn what your true objectives are for this one. At last, the mystery of who you really are can be revealed. Finishing off, after your transformation in the light chambers, you will need a period of acculturation, which we'll call full consciousness etiquette. You are now a fully sentinel being possessing quite unfamiliar powers that require a new sense of responsibility and mindfulness. In a sense, you are to go to school to learn to control and use your new powers, including telepathy, clairvoyance, rejuvenation, teleportation, and for example, you can now hear not only everybody's thoughts, but also the song of the universe. You are now literally one with everything, and you need to learn how to fine-tune your abilities to avoid physical, mental, and emotional overload. You need to learn the culture and social etiquette that will allow you to fit easily your galactic